Hey guys, this is Call Me Asian. For today, I'm going to actually be on my druid. I actually had a request on some of the add-ons again, and I'm just going to run over what I'm using and using before the whole 5.4 patch launch, and hope it helps you guys with your UI cleanup and helps your gameplay. And hope you guys enjoy the video. To start off, it's your basic add-ons I use. The setup I'm using for the bottom right on my action bars, which is the main thing people notice, is it's a bartender 4. A lot of people use dominoes, which I guess is sort of the same thing, but what I'm using is, like I said, bartender 4. You can get it on curse.com. You can download their client from there, and you can just pull up the client like WoW and search the add-on and download it. It's very useful. Some of the options you can do with it is it puts this little icon on your mini-map. You click it with your, you left-click it. It gives you the options to move around the bars. The bar snapping right here gets annoying. It just basically snaps the bars together, but if you do it this way, you can get it more accurate sometimes, and it's a lot more sensitive with your mouse, and it's easier to move around. But locking means you can't move it anymore, basically. Right-clicking it brings up the actual menu for it. It has plenty of different options. You have, if you don't like, if you just want the ability for a few extra bars, you can always use the Blizzard art bar and have them, you know, just pushed into the actual bar itself and have it look like the normal Blizzard UI if you like it. But a lot of people get ticked off because, you know, they ain't got enough bars, because some classes like a druid have a ton of stuff that they can do, and they want to have a visual on their cooldowns and stuff. So you have your experience bar, which is enabled, but where I hit level 90 it disappears. You can also have it set for the reputation bar, which is right here. It pops it up, but I don't have a reputation showing. You have your bars right here, like it shows. You have 10 total bars that you can have, just like action bars. Going up in scale, which would be, you know, increasing the scale, as you can see on my bottom right. Let me get it back to, yeah, 0.9. That's where I keep mine. Buttons has it to where how many buttons each action bar has, which you can see it lowering. I keep mine maxed. Rows means you can increase the rows, which is why I have, if you look at this, why these are set up this way, more of a square look. But you can just overall do a lot of things. And one of my favorite things about this is the key binding. With the way they have it set up to where you can do your key mapping. If you ever get annoyed with WoW because you have to go into your interface, go to your key bindings and scroll all the way down, with this it's straightforward. All you have to do is hit key bindings, go down here, hover over it. If you see something you don't like on it, you hit the escape key, it clears the binding, and you can set it to your actual key binding by just hitting the key on your keyboard. If you don't like it, then you hit cancel, and it'll go back to what it was before. But if you do like it with what it was set up, you hit OK. Character specific key bindings means if you have this add-on on your computer, then whenever you log onto a different tune, you can have its specific key binding set for each tune. So when you log over, you don't have the exact same key mapping as you did when you don't have this add-on. You don't have to switch everything around every time, and I think the Blizzard UI has it as well, but this way it's easier. You don't have to do anything. It's just a straightforward mouse over click with your keyboard. But that's pretty much enough with that. The next one you're going to see is in the top right corner. It's called Sexy Map. By right-clicking it, you can go to the interface options. You can go to well, you go to your add-ons. You go down here to Sexy Map. You open this up, you can change the border, you can change your clock, all that stuff. I don't go over that. The basic thing I switch to is the scale. I set it at 1 because it fits my screen perfectly. You can change the presets, which is what you see here is going to be, it's going to change it. It changed from this one to the blue ruins at a circle, and it changes. I don't want to change my settings just yet because I have them specific, but that's what that is. Quartz is what you see whenever you start the cast bar. It's right here. By modifying that, you just type /quartz. Remember, it's a Z, not an S. Next add-on is cooldowns. It makes it to where if you pop a cooldown, it shows the little the 2-minute marker right there, and as it goes down in the seconds, you see the number go down as with it. It's just a little helping thing if you're not used to your character and you're looking at your action bars constantly. Recount is everybody has. If you haven't noticed it, it keeps count on the damage total that you've done. Currents, you can have it set to healing, to absorbs. You can do whatever you want. You can have it even set to current fights, where it resets every time you go into a different. You go out of combat and you go into combat again. It goes to a different fight. You can see how much damage you're doing each fight. Gladiatorlosa is actually a little computer voice. If you have an iPhone, it's just like Siri. But while you're sitting there fighting an arena, if they pop your bubble, it'll actually tell you through your headphones, pally bubble, or fear, or polymorph. So you don't have to be seeing them with your eyes. You can focus on what you're doing and hear your surroundings as well. Mask I don't use. I really don't know why it's still there. BattlegroundTargets is actually where you'll see this, and it's very, very useful for rated BGers or even normal BGs if you're wanting to run pre-mades and stuff. It shows you the class, the spec, the health, the range, who's flag carrying, who's orb carrying in Temple of Kot Mogu, who's just everything. And you can see their HP, you can size them up if you have to, do whatever you need to do. Here's the configuration. As you can see, it goes up to 40 man. I don't use 40, I go up to 15 because 40 is a little bit overwhelming on your screen. Some people may use it, I don't know. But you can just go through here. It's very straightforward, read, and you can know what it do. There's very not much I can do with that. Mix scrolling battle text is actually when you see me heal myself, or actually I have it set to where if I do damage or something, it pops up right next to my character. You'll see a little words rolling down my screen. It shows the damage I'm doing, the crits that are hitting me, and variations of that. It's very useful. Omen I don't use now. I just haven't had the time to take it off my computer. Omen is a recount for how much threat you're pulling on a boss, which is used for mainly PvE. I really have no use for it in PvP, but it's a good little add-on if you want to use it for PvP. It helps you put less stress on the tanks. Auctionator is another variation of auctioneer. It's help you with it cleans up your auction house. You can scan it to where when you're walking around and you find something, you can it shows the little info panel that pops up when you hover over an item. It shows you how much you can vendor it for, disenchant, and also auction, which is it's going to show you 4 gold, but that's actually 4 gold each, so 4 golds times 20 is market price. It shows all that. 82 gold total is what your average going to getting. You do have to scan the auction house every once in a while to keep it up to date, which takes maybe 5 minutes if that. Atlas loot is what you'll see. Everybody who's being able to link their stuff, they pop up Atlas loots. They go to let's see, Cataclysm. They want to see what's in let's see, Dragon Soul. You can just go here, find the item, shift click, it links it. Or you can control click and sit there for hours and stare at yourself and admire. Overall, that's about it for Atlas loot. It shows you, when you update it, it actually shows the new PvP gear, the elite gear, all the stuff that's hard. Normally you would have to go to the vendor and actually hover over and get the info on it, but you can do it right from wherever you're at on the game. Overall, I think, oh yes, in Gladius, it's not right now. Gladius is that little panel that pops up on the right side of your screen that shows the arena panels instead of the normal Blizzard UI. You can right-click them. You can also do this with the normal Blizzard UI. Most people don't know this, but if you right-click on the specific portrait of the class that, the healer or something like that, it'll automatically set them as your focus for set up your focus macros and stuff like that if you have them. But Gladius is a very useful add-on. It shows their trinket, it shows their cooldowns, it shows sometimes if you get the right one, it'll even show their spec, their health, their what they're casting, stuff like that. So it's a lot easier to manage the team while looking at your screen. I do recommend it to everybody. If you're wondering what these blue bars going across my map right now is, it's actually an add-on called NPC Scan. It's very useful when you're leveling. It actually shows you the paths and where all the rare mobs are found. It shows the names over here. It moves for you in case you're wanting to move on the map or something like that, like I just showed you. Basically, you can click it right here, and if you don't want to see it, you can turn it off, turn it back on. Shows where the NPCs spawn. If you're going through through the zones or whatever, you're questing, you know, you're zoned out, you're listening to your music, it'll make a horrendous noise and you'll know what's up. It'll pop up on your screen, what's going on. I'm actually going to fly away now because that whore's eyeballing me and I'm in bad gear. Overall, it's a very good add-on. I recommend it to everybody who is going to be playing, and he may be chasing me. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, great add-on. I really like it. A lot of people like to use this add-on called Pratt. It's a chat add-on where it makes you to where you can link and go back on chats, go a little bit more in depth with your social life, I guess you could say, for Warcraft and chatting. This thing up here that you see right here is actually called Grid. It just shows the raid or the whatever you're calling. It's actually very useful. I like it very much. Right clicking it on the icon next to your mini map brings it up so you can increase the scale. Clicking on these will allow you to target your friendly players, and I use this for when I'm healing because I have everything keybinded, as you can see on my screen. I love this add-on. You know, when you're running and you can easily click on somebody or something like that, and you just keep on going while you're healing them. It's very, very useful, especially in battlegrounds, because in arenas usually I have a target arena player 1, 2, and 3 function on my keyboard, which is what I use for arenas, but for battlegrounds that's a little bit too much, so I use Grid. Most of the time it's inactive in the corner like it was a minute ago, but when I'm in a battleground or a rated BG, that's what I use because it's very useful. A lot of people use HealBot or something like that who can just click on the icon and it automatically does a specific heal with the keybind that you're using, but for me I prefer to be able to control my character without moving my mouse. I always have my mouse clicked in moving somewhere because I don't like to keyboard turn, especially considering I'm not used to it. It'd feel awkward if I even tried it. But overall, that's my add-ons. I'm sorry for talking so fast. I don't want to sit here and have a 20-minute video for you guys. But I hope you guys like my add-ons, and I hope it's very useful to you guys. And it's very straightforward when you get the add-ons. I recommend, if you want to see more add-ons, go to www.curse.com. Go to their World of Warcraft or whatever game you're playing. They have add-on packs set up to where you can look at somebody's UI who's taken a screenshot and posted it, and if you look at it or having your mouse over the picture, sometimes it'll even show you little info things on what add-on that is, what they're using, and from there you can just search the add-on and download it off curse.com. I hope you guys like the video. Here soon I'm going to have some more PvP content coming out on my channel, and I hope you guys subscribe and like the video. Again, thanks, and can't wait to see you guys next time.